Welcome to the final edition of Tiger Time News for the school year. I'm Lily Reed.
And I'm Mary Margaret Ross.
We had initially planned to broadcast this live, but due to scheduling issues, we are doing this live to tape. That means we are filming this live with little editing, and you still have that live feel. We open this edition of Tiger Time News with the news that Coach Rudisill has resigned as head basketball coach and will be taking a position at JCM. Before this announcement, Chloe Daniels spoke to him about the team's performance this season.
The Tiger basketball team competed in the state tournament in Murfreesboro for the first time in 10 years. I spoke with Coach Rudisill about the team's appearance. Afterwards, I spoke with Taurus Woods and Jaquan Lax about their performance.
Tigers' first time appearing in Murfreesboro at the state tournament in 10 years. How does that make you feel as head coach?
It was great getting back. You know, we had some drought years. We were pretty good, but just didn't make it. And real proud of the boys, and was excited that they got to experience that.
The boys worked hard to make their way to the state tournament. How do you feel about their performance in an unknown gym?
We tried to prepare before that. We went to TSU and practiced in a big arena, Lane College, Freed-Hardeman. So we spent the whole week before traveling around, eating out, and trying to experience that. I don't think it was the big arena. We faced a good team, and we didn't play our best ball until the last 4 minutes, and still, almost beat the eventual state champs.
Taurus Woods was selected as Mr. Basketball in Class AA. Taurus Woods was also named All-West Tennessee First Team and All-West Tennessee Player of the Year. Jaquan Lax was named All-West Tennessee Second Team. After coaching these young men, what are some things that they have improved on the most, and what is one thing you will miss about them?
I'm going to miss them on the court, definitely, but off the court too. I mean, both great guys. Quan's just, personality out the roof, TJ just such a humble kid, and it's fitting that a Mr. Basketball is the most humble kid, in the state probably. But yeah, going to miss those guys on and off the court.
You had a successful senior season. What has been your favorite part about being a member of the Tiger basketball team?
The fans, the team, the support. So.
What does it mean to you to be named Mr. Basketball?
It means a lot. I got more fans, more supporters. My name bigger, so it feels good to be named Mr. Basketball.
As your season has come to a close, is there anything that you wish you would have done differently?
No, not at all. Like everything I did, I don't have no regrets. So.
Thank you. After scoring 1,000 points in your high school career, what is your next goal as a basketball player?
My next goal as a basketball player is just to get better over the summer, prepare for college basketball, and do what I gotta do.
What is one thing you'll miss about playing basketball as a Tiger?
One thing I'm gonna miss about playing basketball as a Tiger is the fans. The fans, crazy. I'm gonna miss all that. I'm gonna miss playing with my teammates, my cousins, family. Yeah.
You have been named All-West Tennessee Second Team. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot. I ain't been named that since I've been in high school, so like to be named that this year, my last year, means a lot.
This is Chloe Daniel with Tiger Time News. Back to you, Mary Margaret Ross.
Thanks, Chloe. Miss Ewer doesn't just teach English 4. She also teaches a few sections of freshman seminar. Over the past few weeks, she has engaged those students in activities outside of the classroom. Sydney Ayler spoke with Miss Ewer about these experiences.
I had the chance to speak with Miss Ewer about her freshman seminar classes and how they have been engaged in activities beyond normal classwork.
Miss Ewer, tell me about the unique things you have been doing with your freshman seminar classes.
My freshman seminar classes tend to be an adventure. Some days we learn how to change oil. Some days we learn how to make omelets. But mostly I work on building community, and what that means to me is breaking down those cliques within my class so that they all become members of their own community within the class and then take that out into the greater school environment, whether it be working with our SPED classes, our special education classes, or with fellow general education classes such as Spanish.
Have your kids surprised you in their enthusiasm with this?
Some days my kids are a handful, and some days they melt my heart, and last Friday was definitely one of those times that they melted my heart. We painted t-shirts with several of our SPED community members, and they went above and beyond by staying after class to help clean up, to paint extra shirts. They really rose to the occasion and were super sweet to all that they interacted with.
Thank you so much.
We thank Miss Ewer for dedicating her time to her kids. This is Sydney Ayler with Tiger Time News. Back to you, Lily.
Sydney. When we return, Alexis Williams talks about Top 10, and later on, Principal Mary Ann Polk will be here to talk about the TN Ready testing. We will be right back after a word from Hooper Sawmill.
We send lumber to factories that make furniture, hardwood flooring, crown molding, and building materials. And the 4x6 cans are sent to pallet mills to make pallets.
The Top 10 was announced recently. Alexis Williams has the details on this high academic achievement group.
Even though this year was a little different, the class of 2020-2021 did not fall short of achieving amazing things with their academics and education. I am proud to present to you this year's Top 10. The BCHS 2020-2021 Top 10 is listed as follows. Number 10 is Jaden King. Number 9, Brooklyn Jimerson. Number 8, Kaylee Richardson. Number 7, Piper Harris. Number 6, Sydney Ayler. Number 5, Connor Emerson. Number 4, Maddie Prine. Number 3, Chloe Daniel. In the class of 2020-2021 salutatorian is Gracie Doyle. In the BCHS valedictorian of the class of 2020-2021 is Madeline Whitfield. I'm Alexis Williams with Tiger Time News. Back to you, Mary Margaret.
Thanks, Alexis. After the break, Kylie Shermer will speak with Ms. Polk about the upcoming TN Ready testing. Now for a word from Vaughn Oil.
Vaughn Oil has been serving the Hardeman County community since 1982, specializing in gas, diesel, and racing fuel. They have several new locations across West Tennessee, including Martin and Meaden, Tennessee. Vaughn Oil is family-owned and oriented. They are a proud supporter of Bolivar Tigers. Thank you, Vaughn Oil, for your continued support. We appreciate you.
With TN Ready testing beginning, many people wonder why the testing is even taking place in such an unprecedented year. We go to Kylie Sherman and Miss Marian Polk, principal of Bolivar Central.
Hi, Miss Polk. Tell me about state testing.
Well, hi, Kylie. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Hey, great. So the Tennessee Department of Education has decided this year to continue with the annual state testing, to all of our surprise, because of this imbalanced year of teaching and learning. Tennessee Ready, as we know, is the name of the state testing. At the elementary level, it's called TCAP. However, at the high school, it's called END, of course. And those subjects are English 1, English 2, Algebra 1, Algebra 2, Geometry, Biology, and U.S. History. I believe I got all of them. So yeah, we are continuing with the testing, and actually the window for testing started on May 3rd through the end of this school year, which is May 26th. Our goal is to get all the testing done within a week and a half, including the days of the makeup. So we're just going to go ahead and roll with it. The silver lining in testing for this year is the fact that the test will not negatively impact the students, as well as teachers, schools, me as administrator, including the entire district. That's a good thing. So we look forward to the testing. There's a big so what challenge to the testing is the fact that when students know that it's not going to count against them, will the students give their best? Can we get all of the students on campus? All of that is, we just have to take it a day at a time as far as the testing is concerned, and just hopefully we can get the cooperation, and we'll go from there.
So with Tennessee enacting their hold harmless policy, why is this test important?
So the hold harmless is an opportunity for the district to not to be held harmless, as the name implies, as far as the results of the test. We have to have 80% as a district, a minimum of 80% of the students testing. That's going to be a challenge for us because we have students who have not been at the school and on campus this entire time. And so we're trying to figure out incentives to get the students on campus and to just go ahead and put their best effort forward. So, yeah.
So what is the process for testing our virtual students?
Well, testing of the virtual students will look the same as our on-campus students. We've called parents. I've done the annual or the usual send out a message to the parents to encourage the parents to have their kids on campus. The majority of our students went virtual because of the social distancing issue or the lack thereof, or the, I won't say fear, but it was the parents' choice to keep their students or their child at home. So getting them here, we actually started testing on today. Today is Monday, May 3rd. We started testing, and we have about 85% of our students here on campus. So we're excited about that. Yeah, so we look forward, going back again to the hold harmless. It's a challenge for the district because it's not just each individual school. As a district, again, we have to have a minimum of 80% of our students to take the test. And if that does not happen, we as a district would have to apply for a waiver to ensure that we qualify for the hold harmless. It's just interesting. I'm concerned again about the students taking the test serious and just go ahead and giving it their best. We're concerned about learning loss. As a leadership team, we need the data. The good so what of this is that we need the data so we can have information to prepare for students next school year as far as reading scores and writing scores. I'm excited about the TVOS because TVOS makes projections based on past trends of how students have tested on end of course. And so even though we have not had the usual balance of in-class teaching, those students off campus, and even the students who were on campus, it was 2 days a week at one point, and then 4 days a week, and then the 5-day back in March. So everything has just been so imbalanced. However, TVOS has the reputation of taking all of those factors into consideration to give us accurate, valid data. So we're crossing our fingers and hoping that that is the case for this school year. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Ms. Polk. Back to you.
This concludes our broadcast. The commercials you have seen earlier were made by the media class. As we sign off for the final time, thank you so much for your support you have shown us this year.
Graduation is scheduled for May 13th at 7:30 p.m. More details will be released as we get closer. For the final time, I'm Lily Reed.
And I'm Mary Margaret Ross. Thank you, and as always,
Go
Tigers!